He's promised as far as bringing work back here to the United States and all of us working together.
God bless America.
All right, welcome back. Just talking to people there who have been here all weekend long. Now we're going to take you straight to the East Room of the White House and listen to Vice President Pence alongside President Trump.
To the President is being commissioned this afternoon as officers of the President of the United States. President Trump has commissioned only 30 assistants to the President for his administration, and it will be my high honor and distinct privilege to swear each of you in to these extraordinary responsibilities that you will accept today. With that, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States of America.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's very nice. I just went to the Oval Office and found this beautiful letter from President Obama. It was really very nice of him to do that, and we will cherish that, and we will keep that, and we won't even tell the press what's in that letter. I want to start off by telling you I just spoke with Governor Nathan Deal of Georgia. Great state, great people. Florida affected, Alabama affected by the tornadoes, and just expressed our sincere condolences for the lives taken. Tornadoes were vicious and powerful and strong, and they suffered greatly. So we'll be helping out the state of Georgia. We'll be speaking with Governor Scott right after this, and we'll be, Alabama is a special place, Florida, special place, but they got hit hard. They all got hit hard. But looks like Georgia's lost at least 11 people as of this moment, a lot of people. So on behalf of all of us, Governor Deal, condolences. We are going to tell you that this has been a very interesting few days. We have set up meetings with the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, and Prime Minister May will be coming over to the United States shortly. We're also meeting with the Prime Minister of Canada, and we will be meeting with the President of Mexico, who I know, and we're going to start some negotiations having to do with NAFTA. Anybody ever hear of NAFTA? I ran a campaign somewhat based on NAFTA, but we're going to start renegotiating on NAFTA, on immigration, and on security at the border. And Mexico has been terrific, actually, terrific. And the President has been really very amazing, and I think we're going to have a very good result for Mexico, for the United States, and for everybody involved. It's very important. It's a very, very important thing. And speaking of important, you are very important, because with you and all of the people in this room, we are going to do some great things over the next 8 years. Okay? 8 years. Right? Right? Great group. It's a great group of people. And if they're not, I will let you know about it. This is the bad news about being the I will let you know if they're not doing the job, okay? I'll praise them if they're doing it, and I'll let you know if they're not doing it, but they will do it. They're going to do a fantastic job. I'm so proud of them. I know them so well. Each and every one of you should be extremely proud. Give yourselves a round of applause. Come on, give yourselves a round of applause. To your family and friends who are gathered here today, I want them all to know how important you are to the functioning of the White House and ultimately to the functioning of the United States of America. I also want to thank the families here today for all you have done to support your loved ones as they've devoted their time and energy to causes of public service, including many long nights. They'll be away, long, long nights, and that will go on for a long, long time, but we're going to come out way ahead. We're going to come out way, way ahead. As a nation, as a country, we're going to come out way ahead because I know what we have. I know how talented these people are. We're also a team. It's a team. It's a great team. It's a team that gets along. And as I said during my inaugural address, this is not about party. This is not about ideology. This is about country, our country. And it's about serving the American people. We're not here to help ourselves. We're here to devote ourselves to the national good. Public service is a high and great calling. It's our solemn duty together to protect the country, our country, this great, great country, to defend its workers and promote the well-being of all Americans. So many people are depending on us and on you as families, you as people that are going to get it done. So many people, the veterans, the unemployed, men and women serving in harm's way overseas, victims of crime, and young Americans looking to fulfill their dreams. So many of those young Americans, and they're going to be fulfilling their dreams. We're going to make it much easier for them. We will face many challenges, but with the faith in each other and the faith in God, we will get the job done. We will prove worthy of this moment in history, and I think it may very well be a great moment in history. So be proud, be very proud. Now, I began with this gentleman right here. I said, Mike, how about it? And he said, not even a question. And it was a great decision for me. So Mike Pence, our fabulous Vice President of the United States, will administer the oath of office. And congratulations to everybody. Congratulations.
And now the oath of office, with all those who are performing the oath and accepting responsibilities as assistants to the President of the United States, please rise. I state your full name. Please raise your right hand. I state your full name. Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
The duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
The duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Well,
Well, thank you, Mr. President, for entrusting us with the most solemn and important responsibility we will ever undertake, to serve at your pleasure. It is particularly special today to have taken this oath while surrounded by our family and close friends. To those who took this oath, this is a moment that we'll never forget. It's also an opportunity to reflect on the immense responsibility we have to our president and our nation. When I walked into my office this morning, there was a verse on the desk. It's from Isaiah 40:31. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. It is our duty to serve with character and integrity and to support President Trump as he places the interests of the American people first in everything that he does. Finally, I want to thank not just the President one more time, but the Vice President, our families and our loved ones and all the kids that are here. And finally, I want to thank God and ask for his protection over us as we serve President Trump, Vice President Pence, and our beloved country. Thank you.
All right, you just saw in the East Room there of the White House the swearing in of a number of senior staff members. Just look at some of the familiar faces there. Kellyanne Conway, Omarosa Manigault, President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and of course you saw Mike Flynn as well, Steve Bannon, as well as Reince Priebus there, now rounding it out with a few comments there, expressing a graciousness for the importance of this position there. And of course, you heard President Trump opening it up, expressing his condolences to the state of Georgia, which is experiencing a very tragic storm overnight. 11 people have died. And then a very touching moment at the very beginning with President Trump saying he found a beautiful letter. I'm quoting him now. He found a beautiful letter from President Obama, and he said, quote unquote, it was nice to do that. Also quoting him now, I won't tell the press what's in that letter, and got a little bit of a chuckle there from the audience there, mostly made up of family members of those senior staff members who have been sworn in, as well as many staff members who were eyewitness to this event. So CNN senior White House correspondent Jeff Zeleny is there at the White House outside. So, Jeff, a number of messages there coming from President Trump there in this first swearing in there in the East Room.
Indeed, Frederica, this is the first time that we have seen and actually heard from President Trump inside the White House, inside the East Room of the White House, which of course is a familiar room. It is where so many press conferences in history have gone. It is where presidents host foreign leaders and other things, but this was President Trump with his own team, and a markedly different tone from the last time we heard President Trump just yesterday when he appeared at the CIA. A few things that struck me, Frederica, when he said, we will prove worthy of this moment in history. Certainly a different tone than he was talking about yesterday when he was at the CIA talking about the crowds, other things. He was not litigating any grievances or any fights today. This is an example of something that he is changing his tone, at least for this moment. But Frederica, he also said this is not about our party. This is not about our ideology. This is about conducting work and doing work for the American people here. And indeed, the staff right around him there are the very people who will be tasked to do this. And this really is a who's who of people who will be occupying those all-important offices inside the West Wing of the White House. You see the most important advisors had those front row seats there. Steve Bannon, we seldom see him in public. He, of course, is going to be the chief strategist of this administration. Reince Priebus, of course, the chief of staff. Kellyanne Conway as well. And Jared Kushner, front and center there, the son-in-law to this president, who will be a senior advisor, and he is going to play a very key role as well. So this is something that happens once in the administration. He swears them in, and now, as in the words of one advisor, Frederica, they said it's time to get to work. And indeed, They will be starting their work, or continuing their work, I should say, this afternoon.